Today is March 7th, 2024. My name is Rob Carr of Kalamazoo Right to Life. This is Pro-Life Week. Well, it's going to be a short program today. First off, Super Tuesday has come and gone, and a lot has changed in the last 2 days. First off, Donald Trump won 14 of the 15 state primaries, and then he won American Samoa. So he won all but one primary. Nikki Haley won Vermont by a small margin, but she did win. But it really did not do her all that much good because the next day she pulled out of the campaign. She suspended her campaign, and most likely she's going to be endorsing Donald Trump. You look at some of those victories. 75, 80% in some states for Trump. He just really, I would say, overachieved. In all these states, it just shows you that Donald Trump does have a very strong and loyal and enthusiastic base, and it does look like there are no other candidates now, so it does look like we're going to have a rematch from 2020, Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Now, here again, I've talked before about Biden, and I have heard people say on TV and on social media that they don't think Biden is going to be the nominee because of a variety of reasons, primarily his health, and his cognitive ability. Not necessarily his age. We all know people who are in their 80s who are as sharp as a tack, and then there are other people who are in their 80s who really struggle. And we all know, family members who as they age, they go through decline, and it's not anyone's fault. It's just a fact of life. And I've said before many times that the way the Biden family has propped up Joe Biden, I think is a form of elder abuse. I really do, because the man really is not the same person who was Barack Obama's vice president. He has aged. He just has aged. And there's no getting around it. And whether or not he is the nominee or not, time will tell. And, he's convinced he's going to be at the convention, and he's going to go. He will get all the delegates he needs for the nomination. He will. But whether or not he stays in the race, that's another matter. So, like I said, time will tell if it's a rematch from 2020. It looks like it is. But so, speaking of Joe Biden, tonight is his State of the Union address. It's normally in January. But it's been postponed. I think for political reasons, but it's been postponed till tonight. And expect to hear Joe Biden talk about abortion. We need to codify Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court erred. They were wrong in the Dobbs decision. They've taken away women's reproductive rights. You're going to hear those kinds of pro-abortion messages. It's red meat to his base. Feminists, liberals, progressives who really want to hear this pro-choice message. The Democrats have already told the Americans that there really are only going to be two messages from the Democratic Party. That if Trump is reelected, we will lose our democracy, and abortion. Those are the only two campaign issues: democracy and abortion. He's not. Yeah, he's going to talk tonight. He'll talk about how he wants to secure the border, which is an absolute joke. It really is, because he had a chance to do that from day one when he canceled all of Trump's policies on the border that were working. In general, they were working. People were still sneaking in, but not like it is now. It's insane. It's dangerous the way it is now. So he'll talk about how he wants to do that, and he'll talk about how he wants to cut on crime, and he'll talk about wanting to help Ukraine, and he's going to probably kind of soft pedal his support for Israel in its war against Hamas because he doesn't want to anger the Squad and progressive Democrats who are pro-Palestinian and even pro-Hamas for that matter. So he's going to have to kind of tread lightly on that issue, but he will definitely talk about abortion tonight. If he doesn't, I will be shocked because the Democrats believe it's a winning issue. And here again, it has been in the last 2 years a winning issue for Democrats. It has been, I will admit that. But whether or not that's going to translate to 2024 for this general election in November is another story, because people do vote their pocketbook, and people do vote for how secure do they feel in their homes? How secure do they feel walking the street, just shopping? Going to a mall or going to a store and being fearful that some smash and grab gang's going to surge into your store, whether you are the owner or just another shopper, and just destroy the place. Americans are concerned about those kinds of crimes. They're concerned about open borders. It's not about race. It's about security. And I don't know a single Republican or conservative who does not support immigration. We're all descended from immigrants. And the only issue is whether these people have come here legally, through asylum, through a port of entry. There are legal ways to do it. And most of these people coming are not coming legally. Okay, so that's it tonight. State of the Union address, and then after Biden is the Republican challenge or response, and this year it's going to be given by Alabama's junior senator Katie Britt. Now you need to look her up. She is very young. I think she's only like 42 years old, and she's the youngest. I think she's the youngest woman in the Senate. I think she was the first female senator from Alabama. Good, strong, pro-life, conservative. I really like Katie Britt, and I've even thought that she might even be on Donald Trump's short list for vice presidential candidates. That I may be just stretching things out on a limb there, but I think she has appeal. I really do. Anyway, so Trump will be the nominee. Biden most likely will be the nominee. The battle lines are drawn, and the pro-life movement just needs to get on board and vote for pro-life candidates. We cannot, whether it's in Lansing or in Washington, we cannot afford to have another 2 or 4 years of pro-abortion Democrats in charge, especially in Lansing. They run everything. Got to put a stop to that. With that, I'll let you go. I'll see you next time.